Well, Frank, the madness for us has already been going on for much of March, but now the real March Madness begins this week. First, let's just talk about Florida in the SEC tournament. Were you surprised at all that they went so far?
I really wasn't, Alessandra. They've got a good team, and they've got a really good team, and they play together. They play with a toughness. They ran out of gas at the end. I thought that fourth game they were tired, and then the injury to Logton, I thought affected them emotionally because it was kind of a gruesome injury, and they're without one of their most important guys. But I thought they played well. I'm not surprised they got to that final game. I think they've got a good team. They've got great chemistry. They're long up front. They've got that great guard combination. I thought they would play well in the SEC tournament. I'm not surprised at all. They've got a very good team.
Well, speaking of that injury to Logton, how is this going to impact them moving into the best competition that they'll have this season?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a big deal, Alessandra. I really do. He's not a great offensive player. In fact, they're better offensively when Alex Condon, the freshman's in the game, instead of Micah. But he's the longest of the long. He's 7'1". He's a really good rim protector. He's one of the best rebounding centers in the country, and he's one of the reasons they're one of the best rebounding teams. Again, Condon's a better offensive player. There's time they're better when Condon's in the game and Logton is not, but he's the heart and soul of that team. He's physical. He's part of that great chemistry they have where they all dive on the court and they all play hard. They're going to miss him as part of the rotation. It was a four-man rotation up front. Now it's three. They're going to miss Micah. Don't kid yourself. Offensively, or whether he's good offensively or not, they're going to miss Logton.
Okay, well, let's look at March Madness now. Florida, they will play Friday, 4:30 p.m. in Indianapolis, but they don't know who they're playing just yet. That's because Wednesday, 9:10 p.m., they will play the winner of Boise State and Colorado. So if you don't know who you're playing, you only have less than 48 hours to really prep for them. What's going through the Gators' minds right now?
Well, here's the other part. That's a great point. Both Boise State and Colorado are pretty good. Back in the day, the teams that were in that play-in game really weren't all that good. These two teams, think about this. The net, which is the evaluation tool that the NCAA uses, Florida's 29th in the net. These two teams are higher. Boise and Colorado are 25th and 26th, respectively, in the net. So these are two good teams. What you have to do right now is focus on yourself, not the opponent. They'll all watch the game. When they figure out who they're going to play, then they'll do the scouting report then. But right now, you focus on yourself. But right now, Alessandra, I think what they're thinking about is their fallen teammate. Logton had a surgery in Nashville. And rather than come back to Gainesville, he and his family are going to drive to Indianapolis. It's a 4-hour drive. They're going to go from Nashville to Indianapolis to be with his team. So it's going to be an emotional Gator team. The emotion that's been added to this thing will help them, but not having their center will hurt them.
Well, the best thing about March Madness is all the upsets. Yeah. Do we think, as Florida being the higher seed, do we think they will be upset in the first round?
I think Florida's going to beat the Boise, Colorado winner. I think Florida's okay there. I'm telling you, if they had not lost Micah, I would pick them to beat Marquette. I think they got a great draw. They avoided North Carolina. They avoided UConn. They avoided Purdue, who's got the best big man in the country. They're in the same bracket as Houston if they get that far. Houston's good defensively, but they don't run up and down the court, and Florida does well against teams like that. So I like their draw. I think there's a good chance to get to the Sweet 16. I don't think they get upset out of the gate. I think they can get to the 16. Without Logton, I don't know that they can go beyond that. But I think they could beat Marquette if they get to that game. I really do.
$1 million question to wrap it up. Who's winning March Madness?
Boy, I tell you, it's hard. And again, I hate to take chalk. Everyone takes chalk, but nobody's better than UConn. Purdue's got the best big man. Everybody knows that. North Carolina's playing at a great level right now. Everybody knows that. But it's hard to pick against UConn. UConn knows what they're doing. Danny Hurley gets the most out of his guys. He is the most soulful, get-in-touch coach with the players that we've had in a long time. Back in the day, all the coaches were like that. Jimmy V was like that forever. Tom Izzo was like that forever. Coach K. I think right now, the coaches that are working right now, nobody gets to his players like Danny Hurley. I think UConn's going to win the whole thing.
You're going to win a lot of money maybe in a couple
That'd be
days.
good. I'm all for it.
Yeah, maybe you'll win a lot of money too if you bet on UConn. You have to give Frank some of that.
I'll take it.
Yeah, there you go. Frank, thank you so much. That's your Like It's Sports.